What's up, guys? It's RGT, aka Sean, the man behind the camera and the moniker of RGT85. I figured we'd make one of these videos. We haven't done one of these in a while. I was doing them pretty frequently towards the start of the year. Obviously, I had a lot of stuff going on. So kind of just like an update video on me, the person behind the channel. If you don't care about this, I completely understand. If you're only here for video game stuff, there's other videos you could check out on the channel. Go watch them and watch them again. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow with some stuff, but I figure, you know, some people were asking actually during my live stream last night over on the second channel, like, when are you going to do kind of a health update, a wellness update? It's been a while, so I figured, hey, you know, nothing's really going on today. It's a Sunday. I could go ahead and do this today. So yeah, if you want to stick around, that's cool. If not, I totally get it. Health-wise, so obviously, depending on how long you've been here, earlier this year, I had a pretty bad health scare back in January. Basically, long story short, very bad blood pressure that was undiagnosed. Severe heart failure. I shouldn't say severe, but it was like less than 25% functioning, and you're supposed to have 50% or more functioning. So I guess it was, you know, it was pretty severe, but, you know, I've been going to the cardiologist, taking my medicines and stuff like that. And, you know, there's really nothing to talk too much about on that front. My last cardiologist visit was back in May, June or something like that. And he didn't need to see me again until January because things were healing. You know, blood pressure was stabilizing, getting a lot more normal, not 220 over 140 like it was when I was in the ER. And the heart has been, you know, recuperated. It's over 50% now and climbing. So, you know, things are stepping in the right direction. It was probably just a case of, you know, undiagnosed things and, you know, me just not really noticing and not really caring about anything like that. So, you know, health-wise, I think I've been doing pretty good. You know, I'm taking the medicine still. I do feel like they are working. I've adjusted to the side effects. It was kind of bad at first. Like, whenever I would be sitting and stand up, I would get so damn dizzy. And like, whenever like I had like a delivery or something, or somebody knocked on my door, it was like an act of Congress to get up and like get to the door in a timely manner, just because I was so freaking dizzy. But like, all that stuff's definitely worn off and stuff like that. Been lifting weights. I've kind of gotten into that for not just the physical, but the mental side of things as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, you know, I'm not huge or anything like that, but it's getting there. We're getting a little something going on. But yeah, health-wise, it's definitely good. I'm still not smoking cigarettes or anything like that. Haven't had a cigarette since like January 3rd, I believe it was. Kind of crave them from time to time. You know, if I get a whiff of a cigarette, if I'm out and I smell a cigarette, I'm like, damn, really like a cigarette. But hey, you know what? It is what it is, man. It's a tough thing to quit. If you are trying to quit, I definitely feel your pain. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough to give into, try not to give into temptations and stuff like that. But, you know, physical health, things are pretty good. You know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better than I have probably, you know, in the past couple of years, physically wise. As far as selling the collection is concerned, I still get questions about this. Do I regret it? This, that, or the other? No, I don't regret it. As you can see, you know, I've been getting some other stuff. The Hasbros, I finally completed that. We'll have a video coming up about that soon. People say, oh, your collection is big again. It's like, no, I spread it out more. Like, you got to remember, I had 3 bookshelves this size, chock full of stuff, plus stuff in the arcade room with just totes and totes piled up. But I don't miss any of it. I've never gotten to a point where I was like, damn, I really wish I had that copy of Double Dribble for the NES sitting and rotting away on my shelf. Like, at least with toys, you can't emulate a toy. You know what I'm saying? You can't get that same experience of holding a toy in your hand, looking at the packaging, or if it's a Lucy, you know, playing with it. You could do that with a video game. I can emulate a PS3 game. I can emulate an Xbox 360 game. I can emulate everything before that. And yes, there's obviously exceptions to the rule with like peripherals and stuff like that. But, you know, for the most part, I'm able to play what I want to play. Like, I had a hankering to play WWE Legends of WrestleMania the other night. I just got it on my ROG Ally and just played it in handheld mode, and it played great. I wanted to play Alpha Protocol got put it on the Rock Ally and played it. So no, I don't miss the collection whatsoever. I know Phoenix Resale has made lots of videos with that collection, you know, selling some of the stuff, and good, sell it all. Like, I don't care what you do with it. I didn't want it. I wanted a big bulk sale. I wanted it out of my house, and you know, it is what it is, man. It's it was a good feeling then. It's a good feeling now, and something I definitely don't regret. And then I guess to wrap things up, we'll talk about the mental, because, you know, I'm pretty open in stuff like that. You know, talking about your mental, because, you know, for dudes, there's definitely that stigma. Like, chicks can go, you know, no disrespect to the 4 female viewers I have, but like a female can go onto the internet and plead her case, and then she'll have a whole support group of people reaching out to her. If a man does it, more often than not, like, there is no support group. There is no this, that, or the other. You know, people are judging them like, oh, you're weak, this, that, the other. And it's like, no, man. Like, the whole stigma started, in my opinion, because of like the olden days when like men were tough or whatever. Those dudes were going home from their crappy job that they hated, getting drunk, beating their wife, and dying at 60 from heart disease. Like, that's not a life to live or something like that. But as far as my mental is concerned, you know, there's ups, there's downs, but I feel like things are finally, you know, starting to work out. I've been talking to a lady, therapist, behavioral therapist. I don't know what the hell she is. We meet online once a week, and like, it's weird because we'll talk about things that I'm like, why are we talking about this? This has no relevance to what the root of my problems that I'm trying to get to. But then she kind of brings it all back around, and I'm like, oh, whoa, that's deep. Sleep wise, you know, sleep has always been a struggle for me, but I've actually adjusted when I take my medicine, and I've started taking it at night. I've actually just did that very recently, within this past week, and like, I'm finally getting to sleep now, like with no sort of problems or anything like that. So that's been a big win, because sleep has always been a problem for me. At night, I can nap all day, I can be tired all day, but at night I'm just like, boom, wide awake. But yeah, like, you know, it's been very helpful, and I understand that some people are like, oh, you know, therapy, it don't work for me. It's like, well, did you give it an honest chance? You know, because I used to be in that boat when I was a kid, 18 years old, 17 years old. I went to a therapist, a talking therapist, and I didn't think it was doing anything for me, because I wasn't really letting it do anything for me. You know, they can only talk about what you tell them, and you know, I'm a very open person. If you haven't picked up on that, I'm not afraid to talk about anything from my past, present, future. Like, it is what it is, man. It's me, and I'm happy with who I am. But you know, everyone has their own struggles. Everyone has their own problems. Like that little vacation I took to the beach, back in August. Like, I was so amazed at how relaxing that was, because I'm someone who doesn't ever relax. You remember that episode of The Simpsons where Marge has the breakdown and she's like, can't relax, need to be in a cat-like state of readiness? Like, that's me, dude. I am always like just struggling to relax. But like that beach thing, it was just me right on the water, the sand and the ocean, and like a restaurant that was attached to the place I was staying at. And it was like, wow, this is nice. You know, I don't have to worry about work every day. I don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. I don't have to, because, you know, there's people that downplay, oh, YouTube's not a business. YouTube can be a business if you treat it like one. If you ask the IRS, you know, it's a business for RGT. He's giving them a lot of damn money. So, you know, it's your livelihood. It's something that you worry about, you know. Not to say that YouTube is a hard job, because I'll never say that, because I talk about video games. It's time consuming, you know. When you have a 9-to-5 job, you work from 9 to 5, you go home, and then you don't have to worry about your job. When you're self-employed in any sort of business, not just YouTube, obviously, but any sort of business owner, this is your livelihood. This is your thing. So you're constantly thinking about it. You know, it's constantly on your mind. But that was nice, man. It was nice to just detach. And sometimes you got to do stuff like that. Like, sometimes I hadn't taken a vacation by myself in forever, really. In forever. I don't go on vacations normally, so it was nice to detach, man. It was nice to kind of do something that I normally don't do, and I enjoyed it. So I say all that to say, I think I'm in a good place, man. You know, I'm feeling good, living good, head's on pretty good. you know, headed into the holiday season, this is my favorite time of the year for a myriad of reasons. The weather is cooler. You get the better holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know, basketball comes back, football's in swing. Like, this is my time of the year. This is when I get happy. And freaking ad revenue on YouTube, the CPMs and RPMs go up and stuff like that. So you make more money doing the same stuff that you've been doing all year. So, you know, it's the most wonderful time of the year, man. And I'm feeling good heading into it. And I'm feeling good about, you know, where I am and what I'm doing and what's going on in the future. So, you know, if you're feeling sick, go to a doctor. You know, I know it's not considered manly sometimes, and I was one of those people. Trust me, I'm an Italian man, for Christ's sakes. We don't like to go to the doctor. If you ain't feeling good, go to a doctor. If you got some shit going on in your head, talk to someone. You know, if you can't find someone to talk to, you know, a licensed person. You know, we got one life, man. We might as well maximize what we can do with that one life and enjoy it as much as humanly possible. You know, try to get the best experience out of it. And yeah, I think that's the most important thing. Don't let no stigmas of mental health. Oh, I'm a guy, I can't talk to someone. Yeah, you can. You know, millions of men die every year from offing themselves. I don't know what the hell you can say on YouTube anymore, but like millions of men die from that shit, man. So, you know, it takes a man, in my opinion, it takes a man to admit, yo, I got a problem. You know, yo, I'm not feeling right. More so than to just hide it and stuff like that, which is something I did for years. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling. If you stuck with me till the end of this video, you're a trooper. You're a real one. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching the live streams over the second channel. We hit 30K subs over there. Freaking awesome. I've got more wrestling content coming. It's kind of hard to line up with some people. But yeah, I'm rambling. I've actually got to head out. I'm going to my grandma's for lunch. Hopefully she's got some pasta for me. All right, I'll catch you all in the next video. RGT/Sean out. Later.